Top 10 Ice/Winter Weapons episode. It's the Christmas episode. So once again, it's December, and it is way too goddamn cold for any normal human being. It's snowy, icy, and trying to walk outside is worse than a baby deer standing up for the first time. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check it out. Honestly, it is hilarious. Seriously. So, why not make a top 10 about something wintry? And with that corny intro that I made up on the spot, here are my top 10 ice weapons/abilities. Note, this list only contains games that I have played, so if I miss something, that might be why. Anyways, onto the list. Number 10. Freeze Shot, Snowboard Kids. Snowboard Kids 2 is a highly underrated racing game on the N64. Obviously, with it being a snowboarding game, a couple of the power-ups were bound to be ice-themed. The most annoying of weapons, though, the Freeze Shot. Most of the time when you get hit from behind by a hand or a snowball, you at least keep moving forward. The Freeze Shot basically stops you in place and then makes you fall down. Your only hope after getting hit with this annoyance is if the jerk behind you runs into you and falls down with you. Number 9. Blizzard, Pokemon. In the original Red and Blue, Blizzard was where it was at. Before being reduced to a 70% accuracy rating, it originally had a 90% success rate, with a 10% chance to freeze. What makes this attack so powerful is that it was the best way to damage dragon types. For those not privy to Gen 1 Pokemon, dragon types were basically unstoppable because they had pretty much no weaknesses. But if you had a Pokemon with Blizzard, then you knew you were going to be fine. Number 8. Ice Flower. Everyone in Mario's history knows about the Fire Flower. It's been around since Mario arrived, but since making its appearance in Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, the Ice Flower has been a staple ever since, except in Mario Kart. Who would have thought they'd haven't found a way to put that in the game yet? Anyways, allowing you to freeze, pick up, or throw enemies, the Ice Flower has been put to good use over the years. Number 7. Snowball Kirby. Kirby has always been known as the little pink puffball that could, and more specifically, the little puffball that could eat anything. Kirby's original ice ability is useful, but not really all that great. But when you collect the Snowball super ability, you become a snowball of death. You run your way through the rest of the level, destroying everything in your path, becoming invincible along the way. If that's not a super ability, then I don't know what is. Number 6. Ice Arrows. The ice arrows in The Legend of Zelda have always been a handy tool in Link's arsenal. Ignoring Ocarina of Time's ice arrows because they were pretty much useless in that game, I am mainly referring to Majora's Mask. Your reward for getting to the halfway point of the Great Bay Temple, you can use these arrows to freeze enemies, which I'm not gonna lie, that should be a given at this point. It's an ice weapons list for God's sakes. But also with that, you can freeze water, creating platforms to walk on. All around, a pretty nifty weapon to have, and you would not make it through the temple without it. Number 5. Ice Beam. Metroid has a fair amount of staples when it comes to weapons in the series. Morph Ball, bombs, and of course the arm cannon. But at the top of that list is the Ice Beam. Nothing in these games sends chills up my spine like having a Metroid eating your face. And with the Ice Beam being one of the only weapons to kill Metroids, and certainly the only way in the first few games, I was always looking forward to finding the Ice Beam. Number 4. Chilrend is a variant of the Glass Sword in Skyrim. It's a returning weapon from Oblivion for a good reason. It's powerful as hell. Like most things in Skyrim, they level with you, so obtaining this sword at level 1 would be a waste of its potential. At level 46 and up is when it gets incredibly good. Being tied for the second highest base damage in the game, this is a late game weapon for sure. Once you factor in its effects, a chance to paralyze targets for 2 seconds, and the target takes 30 frost damage to both stamina and health, now this may not seem like much, but once you factor in the extra points from your destructive magic level, you end up with a rather overpowered sword. Number 3. Shotgun Ice, Mega Man X. I don't know why, but whenever I play Mega Man X, I always like to start with Chill Penguin. Maybe it's because it seems the easiest with a Buster Cannon, or it's because he gives you the Shotgun Ice power-up. A very versatile gun, firing it will freeze or damage enemies along with shattering, sending small shards feigning out into the opposite directions. Charging it will also allow you to create a little sled to slide on through the level. I know there are plenty of Ice Mega Man weapons through the games, but the Shotgun Ice to me has always been the most versatile of them all. Number 2. Shivra, Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy has some of the most powerful weapons, swords, shields, magic in gaming history, but the most powerful of them all is summons. Final Fantasy has made summons famous through the years, and Shivra has appeared as a constant, taking her rightful place at the top of the list. The Goddess of Ice, she will destroy any enemy that stands in her way, freezing them to the bone. Not exactly a traditional weapon, but she certainly is a force to be reckoned with. Number 1. PK Freeze. PK Freeze is probably the most basic psychic attack in the Mother series, but specifically in the original Mother 1, or I guess now known as Earthbound Beginnings, it has the most powerful ice attack. Earthbound Beginnings is an incredibly unforgiving game, with a difficulty scale that will destroy you. Your only saving hope is when Anna learns PK Freeze Gamma. Landing this move automatically turns the enemy into a critical health range, or in normal worlds, one hit away from death. So now, no matter how much health an enemy has, using PK Freeze in combo with a regular attack will equal an instant death. That's a pretty impressive attack if you ask me. That's my top 10 ice and or weapons abilities. I still haven't even thought of a title for this game. Anyways, if you like this video. If you really liked it, subscribe. Try not to die during winter. I know it feels impossible at times. And I will look forward to seeing you guys in the new year. Happy holidays and talk to you later, Internet.